Welcome, everyone, to a joyous yes, thriving in love and light, the 2026 Minister and Practitioner Graduation Ceremony. Please stand for the procession. The ministers of Centers for Spiritual Living, Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen, Senior Minister, Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, Director, San Diego Campus, School of Spiritual Leadership. Reverend Dr. Kathy Hearn, Dean, San Diego Campus, Centers for Spiritual Living, School of Spiritual Leadership. Reverend Debbie McDonald, Executive Director, Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Sunshine Day, Region 1 Spiritual Support Coordinator, Spiritual Director, La Vida Spiritual Learning Center. Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, Senior Minister, Spiritual Director, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Sonja Prince, Assistant Minister and Operations Director, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Charlene Kusner, Spiritual Director and Senior Minister, Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley. Reverend Dr. Jim Terrell, Senior Minister, Orange County Spiritual Center. Reverend Dana Vogt, Staff Minister, Creative Life Spiritual Center. Reverend Dr. Guy Williams, Spiritual Director, Hilltop Spiritual Center. Reverend Kathleen Benjamin, President, Santa Monica Area Interfaith Council. Reverend Kiana Sakil Lazenby, Divine She Global. Reverend Derica Blackman, Senior Minister, East Bay Church of Religious Science. Reverend Patty Mercado, Minister and Spiritual Director, Huntington Beach Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Patty Paris, Founder and Senior Minister, Vision Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Rebecca Berry, Staff Minister and Minister Lead for Seaside CSL Practitioners. Reverend Dr. Lori McMacken, Inner Light Service, Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, Butterfly Effect Global Ministry. Reverend Dr. Christine Tillotson, Staff Minister and Author, Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. Reverend Dr. Tanya R. Beverly, Staff Minister, Center for Spiritual Awareness. Reverend Janet Bradbury, Staff Minister, CSL Bonita. Let us acknowledge the 2026 practitioner graduates of Centers for Spiritual Living. From Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, Martin K. Ross. From Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley, Alex Zarudo. And from Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, Elaine Bryan. Susie and Carol Glenn. And Nicole Soares. And now, the 2026 ministerial graduates of the Centers for Spiritual Living, School of Spiritual Leadership, San Diego Campus. Tina Bathsheba Harambe. Richard Jarvis. Nicole Johnson. Geraldine Jerry Walker. And I am your announcer, Reverend Marcus Gilliland, Vision Center for Spiritual Living. You may be seated. And here is Dr. Christian to say a few words of welcome.
The Seaside Band, nice job. And good afternoon, everyone. Woo! What a joy it is to be with all of you today and to welcome you to the Seaside Center, a thriving spiritual community inspiring us to live our divinity. And today we stand witness to an amazing emergence of a new generation of leadership that is uplifting our movement. And yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. And I got to tell you, the Reverend Dr. Kathy Hearn, the dean of our school, truly is a visionary, a mystic, one who is really like the godmother of our movement, if you would. I would actually call her the high priestess of our organization. You know, it's... It's a position she holds not because it is a position, but because of consciousness. And that is what calls individuals from around the country to come and sit in her presence, in her field, to be touched by it. And so here today, we are witnessing her casting, if you would, the wonderful new ministers. I like to say it's like casting stars that light the future path of our movement and our organization. So please join me in welcoming to the microphone the Reverend Dr. Kathy Hearn.
He says the sweetest things.
That's why she keeps inviting me back to do that.
Indeed. Works all the way around, right? Good afternoon. It's so wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you so much for coming today. Welcome to A Joyous Yes, Thriving in Love and Light. So that's our theme for this graduation. Thank you, Dr. Kristen, always, for how you are. You're so wonderful. Let's take a moment to acknowledge our Seaside band for their great music. And I think he's left already, but let's acknowledge Marcus, our Voice of God announcer. He has done that role many years for us. It's so great. So I am very happy to welcome you to this joyous celebration where we are acknowledging the emergence of 10 new spiritual leaders. 5 will be licensed practitioners very soon, and 5 more will be licensed ministers of religious science very soon. Let's acknowledge them. Woo! And when we look on them, we see in them the beauty and the power of their spiritual consciousness, their intention, and their accomplishment. There was a line from a poem by Mary Oliver that came to me yesterday. Oh, I have to calm down for a minute. Good. And the words are, "Make of yourself a light." And that's the beginning line of a poem that she wrote called The Buddha's Last Instructions. And so perhaps that's historically true, that his last words to his followers were, "Make of yourself a light." But what is meaningful to me about it is that each graduate that we're celebrating today has made of themselves a light. And they said they were going to accomplish something that is important and meaningful to them and to our organization and to our world and to their unfolding lives, and they did it. They stayed the course. They satisfied all of the requirements. They went through any turnaround point they might have had and stayed doing it. And so they stand before us today when we see them filled with light and ready to share that light and support the joy and the full self-expression of others. Reverend Ryan Alexander is the head of our education department for Centers for Spiritual Living. And she sent this paragraph in a letter to the ministerial graduates, but I think it applies to everyone graduating today. Something sacred has taken place, not merely in a classroom or through a curriculum, but within you. In the quiet hours of study and reflection, in the stretched moments of doubt that gave way to deeper knowing, in the conversations that cracked you open and the silences that put you back together, you have been transformed by the very teaching. Let me start that again. You have been transformed by the very teaching you were called to carry. You have been transformed by the very teaching you have been called to carry. And so what are the principles of this teaching? Well, this is how I like to put it together. That we believe in the oneness or the unity of all life, the sacredness of creation, the divinity of individual being, the creative power of our thought and intention, and the possibility of shaping our lives for love, happiness, creativity, and service in the world. Sound good? When students come into our classes in Centers for Spiritual Living, this is what they begin to study and learn. And then they begin to know and live the teachings that are so important for our world at this time. Do you agree with that? Yeah. And when they live the principles, they begin to apply them in their own lives. It is then that they can stand in the world as teachers of these principles to others. And this is what our graduates are doing and will do. And so all of us at Seaside and all of our graduates, we thank you who are our guests here today. We acknowledge you for your presence as you bear witness to your loved ones' achievements. Using some words from Howard Thurman, the graduates have kept fresh before them the moments of their high resolve, and they have stayed true to that which their lives are committed. Our ceremony today is a well-deserved celebration of the upcoming completion of years of spiritual study and training. And they are all probably in various stages of completion, maybe finishing a course or two, a thesis in process, exams to take, licensing panels on the horizon. Our ceremony today is an affirmation of the completion they will each experience, and it is a celebration of it. And it is a great reason to come together, yes? And so it is very meaningful and important that you have chosen to be here today for this celebration, to mark this wonderful and significant moment in your loved ones' lives as they reach a new high level of spiritual and personal attainment. We are also delighted to have with us today a number of ministerial colleagues whom you will meet throughout the ceremony, and each one of them has taught, supported, guided, uplifted, and been shining examples for our graduates. So our music today is the Seaside Band. Thank you, guys. And our featured soloist is Gino Walker. Very excited about that. And we begin a wonderful day of celebration and joy with an invocation by Reverend Sunshine Day. So let us welcome Reverend Sunshine. She is the Regional 1 Support Coordinator, and I want to say a little bit more about that, and then you can clap for her. I always want our graduates to meet Reverend Sunshine, because if you ever have a challenge or a difficulty in your time as a licensed practitioner or your time as a minister, she is the one to call, because she is here as your regional support coordinator. She is also the spiritual director of Vida Spiritual Living Center. How did I do, Seaside? Sunshine. All right, let us welcome Reverend Sunshine Day.
Thank you, Dr. Kathy, for that warm welcome. Hello, beloveds. Hello. It is my absolute joy and pleasure to be here today and to be in service and of service to you, especially with this invocation. And I want to start the invocation this way. It is written, there is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. There's one life, one love, one power, one presence. It is everywhere, all-knowing. Ooh, I am in awe of this power and presence. This power and presence is not only love, joy, peace, and eternal. It is all there is, and it has created everything out of itself. Therefore, my life is the life of spirit. My life is the life of God. And as I know and as I stand steeped in this knowing and in this truth, I know that this is the truth for each and everything that is seen and unseen. It is all the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful, beautiful, brilliant, amazing way that spirit shows up in form. And it is from this place of knowing that this is the absolute truth that I simply speak the word upon these proceedings, knowing that everything is in divine order already, that there's nothing to do other than to express the love and the joy and the peace and the celebration of these amazing 10 people who are before us graduating this culmination of their studies. These are 10 more people in the world, in the universe, who are remembering the truth of who they are. That right where they are, undoubtedly, spirit is. There is nothing, no thing that separates their life from the life of spirit, from the life of the infinite, from this power and this presence. What a joyful remembering. What a joyful thing to know. And that as these 10 have said yes and are at the culmination of their studies for now, For now, for there is even more forthcoming, that they remember their truth, and that as they remember, as they reunite with this truth, as they know this truth for themselves and are steeped in it, that they can't help but express the love, the joy, the peace, the divinity, the power, the presence of the one. For right where they are, everything is fully present. And so we operate now from a place of generosity, of love, of abundance, of peace, of power, of joy, of harmony. For this is the truth of this ceremony. This is the truth of all of us here within the sound of my voice and beyond. And because I pray, not just believing it's done. Oh, no. That's not enough. I pray knowing that it is done in the mind of God, because to know it is to live it and to let it express fully and magnificently and powerfully as God is. So knowing that these proceedings unfold perfectly and magnificently and joyfully, I don't have anything left to say other than, and so it is, and so it shall be.
Thank you so much, Reverend Sunshine. And now it's a great delight to introduce our featured soloist, Gino Walker. And Gino comes to us from Universal Spirit Center. She is the director of Choir on Fire, and she is the production director for the center. And little lines about her say, and her creativity and passion for inspired music supports a popular and dynamic music ministry. Let us welcome Gino Walker.
Good afternoon, beautiful lights. Thank you for kicking us off there, Reverend Sonny. Yeah. The nights were tough, we dreamed and prayed, and that was enough. Through every test, through every final, we found our way, we reached the light. And now we stand with heads held high, with grateful hearts we testify. For every step we know it's true. Teachers and family, we thank you. We made it through, together we shine. Our dreams are here, the future's mine. With love and faith, we'll see it through. This victory belongs to you. We made it through, together we shine. Our dreams are here, the future's mine. With love and faith, we'll see it through. This victory belongs to us. Showed us the guiding way, their wisdom bright as the break of day. Community love through thick and thin, the reason why we rise, we win. So here we stand, a brand new start, with courage burning in our hearts. The journey's done, the dream's in view. Today we celebrate with you. We made it through, together we shine. Our dreams are here and the future's mine. With love and faith, we'll see it through. This victory belongs to you. We made it through, together we shine. Our dreams are here and the future's mine. With love and faith, we'll see it through. This victory belongs. For every sleepless night we cried, for every moment we survived, we lift our hands and give thanks. We bring the song of hope we sing. Together we're through, together we'll shine. Our dreams come true, the future's mine. With love and faith, we'll see it through. This victory belongs to each of you. Shine your light through.
and the band. Yes, let's do it again. So now, to establish the foundation principles of our organization, I welcome Reverend Sanja Prince and Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, both from Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, and they will share the Declaration of Principles and the Global Vision.
Good afternoon. I'm Reverend Sanja Prince, and this is Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. It is my honor to share with you the Declaration of Principles, written by Ernest Holmes, and the global vision of Centers for Spiritual Living. These are the principles and ideas upon which we stand. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in everyone, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit. We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feels this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of this truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of the individual, and that any person may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with that indwelling God. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative medium, this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thoughts and acts upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our own souls, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that the life of all is God.
The global vision of Centers for Spiritual Living. We see a world that works for everyone, where all life is honored as expressions of the divine, where people live according to spiritual truth, where humanity awakens to its spiritual magnificence and rediscovers personal creative power, where we live as one global family, where kinship with life prospers, where unity and connection are emphasized, where forgiveness is the norm. We see a world where spiritual guidance is valued, where we are all called to conscious social action, where people have enough food and homes and a sense of belonging, where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all,
where resources are shared, cared for, and valued, where communities are meaningfully involved in service to the world, and where there is a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, creativity, art, and aesthetics. We see a world that works for everyone and all of life, and so it is.
Every time I hear those, I sign up again. How about you? It's like, that's exactly it. Thank you so much, Reverend Sanja and Reverend Jeffrey. So on behalf of all of us here, I welcome our practitioner and minister graduates and acknowledge the new and higher ground of accomplishment that they have reached and the awakening and all the awakening and growing that they have done. And I'd like for us to take just a few moments to honor the family and friends who have supported them along the way. We know that these graduates have not done their awakening and growing alone. And therefore, I invite all the family members, friends, mentors, and partners of our graduates, those who have supported them through their studies and may have had to be very patient with them a time or two during the process, please stand so that we may show our appreciation of you. Education has always had an essential place in our organization, and it is through our classes that we awaken and grow on the spiritual path. We deepen our relationship with Spirit, we change our lives, and we come to embrace and live more fully the divine truth of our being. And so we take a moment to honor those who have supported and engaged in the education programs of Centers for Spiritual Living, online or at a local center. To begin, we wish to recognize all the teachers and instructors who have been part of the practitioner and ministerial education for these graduates. Will all the teachers, instructors, and teaching assistants please stand so that we may honor you? And we take a moment to hold in our hearts and honor all of the Science of Mind students in the room and all around our world who have taken or who are taking the certificated classes and the practitioner training that ultimately lead to the ceremony that we are celebrating today. How interesting. Right. Would you like to? Please stand. Yes, the practitioner, the Science of Mind students, thank you so much. And I wanted to let you know, I was just thinking of what I could add here, and that is we have practitioner programs, I know, in Ukraine, in Mexico, and also in Kenya. And for the very first time, practitioner students who have become practitioners are joining a ministerial class with our campus. So we will have these two students from Kenya. Very exciting. And so we now recognize and acknowledge the members of the 2026 class of spiritual practitioners. Our licensed practitioners have a very important role and place in our spiritual organization. Our practitioners are trained to see with the eye behind the eyes. That's a line from a Michael Beckwith song. I really like it. It means to see with that single eye that beholds oneness and the innate and unchanging spiritual truth of wholeness in all people, regardless of circumstance, situation, appearances, or difficulties. By this knowing, they assist that wholeness to come forth into expression in and as the lives of those who come to them for spiritual support. Welcome, Nadine. Becoming a practitioner means doing one's best to put spiritual principle into practice in every area of one's life, and devoting oneself to assisting others in doing the same thing. All of our ministers within our organization are practitioners first, and we think of ourselves that way. It's practitioner consciousness that is the foundation of all the spiritual learning and healing work that we do. And so it is with love and appreciation that we honor and celebrate our students who have studied so well the principles, the art, and the craft of the practitioner. They have each gone through deep personal transformation, yes, and lots of service, and they stand before you today to graduate from their training. Today, they stand at a threshold, soon to participate in their licensing panels if they haven't done it already, and then to cross into dedicated service as licensed practitioners with Centers for Spiritual Living. And so here is Gino with a song for our practitioner graduates.
Don't be afraid to clap. Come on. All smiles, I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the nighttime. Oh yeah, I tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. And never the right time. Yeah. I put my armor on to show you how strong I am. I put my armor on to show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a pusher with no brakes. I'm invincible, yeah. I win every single day. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident, yeah. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today, yeah. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Break it down, only alone will cry out. You'll never see what's hiding out deep down. Yeah. I know I've heard that, I let my feelings show. It's the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah. Put my armor on to show you how strong I am. I put my armor on to show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a pusher with no brakes. I'm invincible, yeah. I win every single day. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident, yeah. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today, yeah. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today, yeah. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today. I put my armor on to show you how strong I am. I put my armor on to show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a pusher with no brakes. I'm invincible. And I win every single day. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident, yeah. I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today, yeah. Come on. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Let me hear you say unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Hey, yeah. I'm unstoppable today. Yeah.
Thank you, Gino. That was fantastic. So perfect. All right. See where I am. All right. Yes. So we will begin the honoring of our practitioner graduates, and I will be calling the minister and the teacher of each graduate to come forward and join me on the platform, join us on the platform, and then I'll give some direction to the graduates. We have a scroll for each graduate. This is a placeholder until you receive your actual license. And it contains, for one thing, a beautiful poem about answering the call to being a practitioner written by Dr. Christian. Very powerful. So you will come to the platform, get some hugs, receive your scroll, and then return to your seat. Are you ready, practitioners? All right. So first of all, excuse me. So first of all, representing again Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, I'll call back to the platform Reverend Jeffrey Ryan and Reverend Sanja Prince. Would you like to hand the scroll? These are the blue ones. All right. And so let us welcome and acknowledge the graduate from Riverside, Martin K. Ross. So come on up, Martin.
Can we get the blue one?
The blue one. Yeah. Congratulations, Martin. And now representing Centers for Spiritual Living, whoops, not yet. And now representing Centers for Spiritual Living Temecula Valley, I invite Reverend Charlene Kushner to come forward and her practitioner graduate, Alex Zarudo. Please come on up.
You did it.
And now representing Seaside Center for Spiritual Living, I acknowledge Dr. Christian standing here, who taught the first year of these students. And I welcome Susan Murphy, ministerial intern, up to the platform. She has been the instructor for the second year. Let's acknowledge Susan as she comes up. And so graduates Elaine Bryan, Susie Nancaro, and Nicole Soares, please come forward. And now I would like to welcome Reverend Charlene back to the stage to give the call to practitioner service. Come on up, Charlene Kushner.
Hello, I'm Charlene. It's my joy, my honor to be here. I just want to love each, excuse me, sir, you must look at me. Thank you. Just loving you up. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. So truly, I think every minister here understands that practitioners truly are the healing arm of our center. We as ministers have a role, of course, but truly for me, and I think I'm seeing nods from others, Practitioners are the foundation of a center for spiritual living. So your sacred yes today to the call of practitioner is meaningful. Yes, you're trained in the art and science of spiritual mind treatment. You've studied. You've uncovered your own shadows. You've healed them. You've shown the light on them. And you will do that for countless others. And so I just really want you to understand, I hope you understand the gravity of the sacred yes that you're saying yes to today. My hope is that you, at your spiritual centers, that you are engaged with your community, and there will be so many trees you will plant under whose shade you shall never sit. Your ministry will go on beyond you, and it is an important one. Okay, so that's that. All right. So my personal belief is that a practitioner is someone who says, use me, use my voice, use my compassion, use my listening with that ear behind the ear, use my consciousness, use my willingness to see God where others cannot yet see it. A practitioner walks into a room and silently declares, peace belongs here. Healing belongs here. Love belongs here. Joy belongs here. And so we are saying a joyous yes today, right? A joyous yes. Not because circumstances are perfect, because they are not, but because truth is always present. Today, tonight, these graduates step into deeper partnership with that infinite mind. Not to control life, but to cooperate with it. Oh, don't do that to me, Reverend Sunshine. It will throw me all off. You can't do that to me. And perhaps this is the true calling of the practitioner, to become transparent enough for spirit to shine through. That transparency often comes through surrender, through study, prayer, heartbreak. You will have some of that in your practitioner ministry. Your practice, your compassion, your humility, and yes, through your joy. Because joy softens us enough to trust life again. I think sometimes we imagine spiritual service to be solemn. You know, we've got these like robes on. I do not agree. And as the author Anne Lamott reminds us, laughter is carbonated holiness. And Reinhold Niebuhr says laughter is the beginning of prayer. So I do believe Spirit delights in us. I believe the universe rejoices when a human being awakens enough to help another remember their worth. And that's what you're doing. Through your consciousness, through your compassion, through your love, you're helping someone else remember who they are. I believe every prayer spoken with feeling or laughter sends ripples far beyond what we can measure. I believe joy is holy. Joy is not a distraction from our spiritual work. Joy is a fuel for spiritual work. A joyful practitioner becomes evidence that spirituality is alive. Alive as beautiful representations of the Spirit of the living God. Breathing, laughing, comforting, creating, blessing. All of that is yours to do. Emerson writes, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Tonight, we honor what lies within these beautiful graduates in their sacred yes to the call of practitioner ministry. The wisdom within them, the compassion within them, the resilience within them, and the divine presence within them. And now the call expands because the spiritual practitioner is not merely a title, it's a way of being in the world. It's choosing over and over and over again to be a blessing, to hold consciousness when others cannot, to stand in possibility, to anchor peace, to know truth, to listen deeply, and to love courageously. And perhaps above all, to remind humanity that joy is still possible, even now, especially now. So graduates, may you trust the joy that brought you here. May you allow that joy to become contagious. And when the work feels difficult, may you remember this: you were never called to carry the world alone. You are called to reveal more fully the presence already carrying it. So congratulations, beloved practitioners of science of mind and spirit. The world needs your light. The world needs your compassion. The world needs you. And yes, it desperately needs your joy. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Charlene. That's powerful. Part of our graduation tradition is to have a graduate answer the call on behalf of the other graduates. So our process is that a name of a graduate from each center is submitted for a drawing. We use a cup instead of a hat. And we make it legit. We have witnesses. And the name that was pulled this year is Elaine Bryan from Seaside. So let us welcome Elaine back to the program, back to the platform.
Make sure that's up where I need it to be. Such a blessing to be here with everyone today. So today feels more than a graduation. It feels like more than like a threshold, a joyous yes. It's a journey to become a licensed spiritual practitioner has been one of study, reflection, but it's also one of becoming. We've had to do papers, write, read books, and learn different teachings and spiritual principles to embody. But yet the greatest lesson that we have learned is remembering that as a practitioner, we hold sacred space for others, compassionate listening, and we're not a fixer of people, and we don't have all the answers, but we're just a revealer of the truth. And this path has invited us to bring us into a deeper self-awareness with courage, faith, and trust. It has called us to look within, releasing ways of being and seeing, our limited beliefs, our fears, and then learning to stand fully in the awareness of oneness and the presence of the one life moving through all that is. In my own life, I've had lots of challenges and lots of joys. Many times I know Spirit was present and showed up in a big way. Sean Celine, our gift from God, was one of them. Prayed for a long time. And there was another time in my life about 7 years ago that I was invited through those doors at this center, Seaside Center. Dr. Christian's words spoke right to me. I was the one in the back with tears rolling down my cheeks. And I listened to his words, and something stirred within me. And Dr. Christian recently shared with us about a threshold and a door. We can be frozen and not make any decision to open it up, staying with what is comfortable or what is uncomfortable. And he also quoted Paul Selig, "The only thing that is keeping you from getting to your highest potential is your own belief and limitations." And it was at that time that I felt to look at my life a little bit differently and find out that what else was seeking to express in my life. So I stepped on that threshold, And I looked at that door and I put my hand on that knob and I peeked in on the other side. With curiosity, with faith, with courage, and love for myself, moving from what I thought was the impossible to a place of greater possibility in my life. Following my intuition, I found support, I found community, I found love, trusting the process and not perfection. And it led me to this moment right now. A new vibrational state of being, a new kind of consciousness and clarity in my life. And I'm sure the other practitioners feel that way as well. And as Dr. Christian said recently again, love will carry us on this journey. Love expands the heart through changes and all transitions. We have the strength, all the strength we need. God provides the door. We just have to produce the activity to express and move through that door. And that's what I did, and a lot of us did. So tonight, my heart is full of gratitude for all of my teachers, all my mentors, my spiritual community, my friends, my family, and every experience and lesson that has shaped this unfolding. A couple little broken bones and a couple things on the way on the journey. So with joy and humility and willingness, I say yes to service, yes to a higher awareness, yes to a spiritual practice, yes to compassion for myself and to others, yes to love and a joyous yes to revealing and remembering the wholeness that has always been present. And from the beautiful words of Peggy LeBeau, the song speaks to my heart, Song of the Soul. This is the song of my soul. Now the time has come to sing the song of my soul. I've been searching all my life to find that I'm already home. And now, with joy and laughter, I step through that door, a new door. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. And now to give a blessing for all of our practitioner grads, I invite Reverend Debbie McDonald to come forward.
Good job, Elaine. Very good. Yay. Oh, it's wonderful to see all of you. Oh, gosh. Just knowing, feeling, and sensing the one power and the one presence that is good, that is God, that is love. I know that it is here, now, and always. And I know that I am one with it. And just as this is so for me, it's so for each one of these magnificent practitioner candidates, these practitioner graduates. I know for Martin and Alex and Elaine and Nicole and Susie that they are practitioner right now, that they absolutely are stepping into this place of a greater awareness of all that is, one with all that is, knowing that they are truly the face of God, the hand of God, the feet of God here on this planet. We have 5 more magnificent stars in the world shining brightly, carrying the message of truth of these science of mind principles out into the world, being that example, being that light, being that place of love, that safety place, that place of sanctuary for so many. I know that each one is absolutely guided, guarded, and protected every step of the way, that Spirit has got plans for them, and their yes is very loud and very clear. And as they step into this place of just absolute knowing that they are Spirit made manifest, I affirm it, I claim it, I know it, I see it. I am so grateful for it. I just let it be, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Rev Deb. Thank you. So now it is a great joy to open the ministerial ceremony by which we will formally acknowledge the path of education and attainment of our 5 graduates. So Bathsheba and Rich, Nicole, Julia, and Jerry. It has been an honor and a joy to be your dean. I've appreciated all of our interesting interactions. It has been a joy to watch the process, your process, and the unfoldment of you into this moment right here, right now. You are a very powerful group. You are very individualized people, and you are excellent students. You are strong in your truth and your perceptions and your opinions. The theme you selected for our graduation, A Joyous Yes, Thriving in Love and Light, captures a shared and joyful commitment to the path that you are walking. It also expresses an affirmation you are each making, not only to say yes to the call of ministry, but also to thrive in love and light while you do it. Through this time of your coursework and training, you have each answered the call of God upon your life. You have walked the path, you have fulfilled the requirements, you have offered yourself in service to your communities, you have done the work, and you have become a deep expression of who you truly are. And you have all managed to do that in the midst of everything important that has demanded your attention: career, relationships, partners, family. Indeed, you have said yes to the call and the path, and you have been thriving. I encourage you to remember this affirmation and this commitment always. You have each committed the self that you are and the life that you live to this path of spiritual awakening. And you have agreed to be an open portal for Spirit to move through, and as you, for the greater revelation of love and good on earth. In crossing the threshold of this ceremony today and ultimately walking to the finish line that is a new beginning, you come to stand in the world as spiritual leaders of Centers for Spiritual Living. And the invitation is for you to deepen in your surrender to the divine truth of your being, to know that the presence of love and the power of good are always working through you, to live the life of God in your unique way, and to be a shining light and a healing balm for our world today. I want to thank all of the family members and friends and ministers of these graduates for your generosity and patience in supporting them along the path of their true calling. Your love and commitment are how they are here. And to the graduates, thank you for the honor of being your dean. You have been a great, I'm going to say that again looking at you. Thank you for the honor of being your dean. You have been a great blessing in my life and in our organization, and it's only the beginning. I love you. And here's Gina with a song for you.
That was sweet. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you made. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Yeah. Oh. Close your eyes and believe and smile. Amazing. Oh, we do amazing things. You will do two amazing things. Yeah, amazing things. Amazing things. You will do amazing things. Oh yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing things.
Woo, that was great. All right. Esteemed guests, it is my honor to introduce the graduating class of 2026. I will be inviting each graduate by name to come up to the stage with their designated stolers, whom I will also call by name. Stolers, meaning you're the ones placing the stole that you can see up here. As you receive your, I will hand you the stole. If there are several of you, each one of you grab a little piece of it, and you will place it upon your graduate, symbolizing their successful completion of the Certificate in Ministerial Education program. You did it. And graduates, as you receive your stole, I invite you to pause for a moment, look out at everybody, take a nice deep breath, and really feel the acknowledgement of your grand accomplishment. And then Dr. Christian will hand you a scroll. It is another placeholder for your actual certificate, which comes a little bit later. And inside the scroll is a beautiful, powerful prayer to answer the call to be a religious science minister, written by Dr. Christian. And then graduates, please take your seats up here on the stage. Are you ready? All right. So we begin by welcoming Tina Bathsheba Harambe to the stage. And her stolers are Reverend Jerika Blackman, Reverend Kiana Sakil Lazenby, and Aunt Phyllis Lee. Please come on up. Bathsheba, here's this for you. And now I welcome Richard Jarvis to the stage to be stoled by Dr. Jim Terrell. Wonderful. Congratulations, Rich. And now we welcome to the platform Nicole Johnson. And her stolers are Dr. Christian Sorensen and Reverend Rebecca Berry and Michelle McGinn. Thank you very much, everybody. And now I welcome Julia Mattis. Glad you made it. Come on up to the stage. Along with her stoler, Reverend Nadine Rogers. I'm sorry, Dr. Nadine Rogers. Your timing was impeccable. Love you, sweetheart.
I made it, family.
And now we welcome Geraldine Jerry Walker to come up to the stage along with her husband, her stoler, her husband, Emmett Walker III. Each year, the ministerial graduates invite a minister who inspires them to give the call to ministry. This year, the graduates invited Dr. Christian. He is our beloved, esteemed, and dynamic senior minister here at Seaside, and is also the director of our San Diego campus. So we welcome Dr. Christian for the call to ministry.
Dr. Kathy, good job. All right. Woo. It's like, not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I'd look at you, talk to you, and not turn my back on the family on this side of the room. My goodness, you talk about, I know Spirit will provide, that's for sure. I'll find the perfect spot for everyone here. This is fun. But anyway, hey, congratulations. This is a fabulous day in your life. within our movement, a day in which the Spirit's going, yeah, which today is all about the joyous yes. Yesterday, I went up to Pride up in Oceanside. And so on the way up, I'm practicing, what am I going to say? Working on the joyous yes, getting that vibe going through me, and it's crowded up there. But there's a parking spot right in front. I'm a minister. It's the way it's supposed to be, right? Remedial metaphysics. I pull in, I get out of the car and tap the hood of my truck and go, yeah. And a guy is walking by. Interesting. Did you just go joyous yes to your truck? And I said, and I tried to explain myself. No, I'm kind of working on, a talk for a graduation, and it really didn't sound any clearer by the time that it was, I was done. But, what was interesting about that is it reminded me that, when you give a joyous yes to life, it may look ridiculous to some. It may seem pretty silly. It's like, yes, you're going to become a minister at this point in your life? Like, what are you thinking? Or you're going to buy a tin building and turn it into a spiritual center? Not everybody's going to be on board with your joyous yes. But, the other option here is you could just mumble a very polite maybe. Yeah. But you're a spiritual leader. And spiritual leaders are getting in that position and saying, yes, God, yes to this vision, yes to the call that's been put in my soul. And you've got to be willing to look ridiculous when there is something in your heart and soul that so believes totally in the power of the presence of God showing up in your life and in the congregation and the family in which you're serving. And so it's up to you to trust that. In Isaiah, it's written in the 6th chapter, verse 8, where it says that, I hear the voice of the Lord saying, who should I send? Who will go? And Isaiah joyously said, here I am, I'll go. And that is what you have done. You've said, yes, with this joy, put me in, coach. I'm going. I'm good to go here. It's bold. It may look ridiculous to some, but there's something in your heart and soul that knows it is right. And when you feel it is right, things are lining up for you. You're graduating from here. You're trusting they're going to roll out that red carpet for you. They're going to hand you the keys to the cathedral. You're going to step into a place where the people are going to line up behind you in the vision that you are casting, and everybody's going to be on board. Rookie mistake there. It is more, it's like the dynamics that come when you step out there. There's going to be some that are with you. Some are going to be very clear and tell you why they're not with you and why it's a ridiculous mistake. But I got to tell you, those obstacles that are in your path become your path, right? Those things that are in your way become your way. These are the opportunities for you to step into really the middle, because today is celebrations, graduation, it's the beginning. At the end, they celebrate you probably if you did well enough. When you leave, they see later. But it's the middle. It's the middle where your ministry takes place. This is where you're with the people. This is where you're on the ground. This is where you're working with other individuals. And you know what? It's going to bring things up for you. That change that is taking place out and around you is what's changing you and molding you and sculpting you on the inside. It is having you draw down to the depths of your being and pull forth something that you didn't even know was there, and to give it this joyous yes, because it is being called within you to come forth. You're going to be pioneering in a frontier that you have never been before. It has no signposts, no Starbucks, no convenience stores. GPS can't even tell you where you are, because you don't even know where you are. You're off the map. That is what's exciting. That is what makes your experience extraordinary. And extraordinary is really, a lot more than just the ordinary. It's kind of the definition. It's not ordinary. It's extraordinary. That's what you're doing. You're stepping out there with a courage, and you need courage because you can't always have a certainty. Certainty would be nice, but all you've ever done is catch the vision, which is nice. That Spirit parted the veil long enough for you to have a vision. But you know what? That middle is between where you are and bringing that forward. And that is what you got to trust in your soul and your heart and your being. And it takes courage, not certainty. It takes a willingness to have the problems, though we don't call them problems. We call them opportunities. We call them lessons. Call them what you want. I call it a problem. But But the problems are really your process that is going on there. You know, you can't have perfection, but what you can have is progress as you move forward, as you move into the frontier. Ernest Holmes will tell you, he said, or wrote, that what it is for me to do, I will do. What it is for me to know, I will know. And what it is I am to have, it will come to me. So what you need to know, when you need to know it, you will know. And you know what it is that is yours to do, you will do when it's time to do it. And of course, whatever is yours to do it with will come to you in that time. You've got to trust that even when you don't see it. You know, little Johnny on Christmas, you know, opened up his present of electronics, and his little sister started like crying, I want what Johnny has. I want the electronics. And Mom kind of took little Susie and kind of stroked her head, said, hey, honey, hey, sweetheart, it's okay. You haven't even opened up your present yet. And it's like, sometimes I feel like little Susie. It's like, I want that, even though I haven't opened up what life has given me, the fullness of it. I see what Joel Osteen has in terms of his auditorium. You know, I want that. Yeah, come on. Or how about those Pentecostal ministers that break out the song in the middle of their talk with the choir behind them? You know, I want that. You know? But you know what Spirit has in store for you, your magical place. And the people that come together is what makes it the home. It's what makes it the family. You know, you have what it takes to be that great orator, that great leader, that great healer. It's inside of you, and the changes that are going on in your life will bring it forth. But you're the one who has to be willing to change the story that's out there sometimes. You know, I shared this a couple weeks ago at Seaside. People kind of liked it, so I thought I'd share it with you. Steven Pinker, it's a well-documented 832-page book he did, you know, called The Nature of Angels. And he brings to the surface how people believe that things are getting darker and how the world is getting worse. And he goes on to point out that that is not based on any actual history that is going on, because right now there is less extreme poverty in the world than ever before. Yeah, that is pretty amazing, isn't it? That there are less people being killed in war than in the history of this planet. And I had to Google that one because, you know, it's pretty critical things going on in Afghanistan, you know, Syria, Ukraine, Middle East. But compared to what took place in the last century, in the 20th century, in those world wars, those numbers are staggering. You know, there's less death with childbirth and young children than ever before. And so what we get to do is begin to take a look at the truth of the matter and say, you know what? You may hold on to your belief, but I'm going to break that level and bring a new thought. I'm a minister in the religious science, which is part of the New Thought movement, and I'm going to bring a new thought here. When the world thinks we're on our last second on the doomsday clock and things are getting worse, the truth is, this is the kingdom of heaven. It is getting better every day, and I get to be the one who shares it with others. And they may say, you're ridiculous. But remember, you gave this joyous yes to your ministry to be the bringer of the new thought and the changing of the world. And so what we have got to do is to break free from the mass indoctrination of the nefarious and malicious dystopian vision that the media is putting out there for everybody to believe. That individuals are taking it up and tweeting it and putting it out there individually and say, isn't it horrible? What we get to do, what you get to do is say yes, no, and yes. That all of a sudden things are moving in the right direction, that things are getting better, that you know what, there is love that is prevailing upon this planet. There are more people caring than ever before, that right now that you get to be the inspirer of those who are going to go out and tip that difference. I've got a cute little story, probably my last one, from Jack Cornfield. And he says that this little bird said to this wild owl, what is the weight of a snowflake? And it wasn't an owl, it was a dove. And the dove said, nothing more than nothing. And the little bird said, well, then I got a marvelous story to share with you. Because I was sitting on the branch near the trunk of a fir when it started to snow. Not a big wild snow or blizzard, but like a gentle, beautiful snow, like a dream. And being I had nothing else to do, I just sat there and counted the snowflakes as they landed on the needles and the palm and the tree. And it came to exactly 3,757,439 flakes. And then, when the next one fell, the branch broke and fell to the ground. And with that, the bird flew away. And that dove, who has really been the messenger of change since the days of Noah, said, wow, maybe it only needs one more person to speak their voice and bring peace to this world. I'm here to say you are that person. You are the one that has been called, that you have said joyous yes to bring forth that something that is within you, that something that is irreplaceable in the mind of God. Your part cannot be replaced by anyone. And as you are willing to grow into your ministry, as you're willing to risk and change and morph and mold and allow yourself to become so much more than you are right now, you become to trust that voice that you speak that is making a difference in the world, at least in the lives of those that you're serving, who are lifting this consciousness of our planet to a higher level because of the work that you are doing. We have been waiting for you. Our movement is blessed by you. You are the answer to our prayers. God bless you for your joyous yes and the raising of our ministry. I love you.
Yeah, Dr. Christian, he's something. All right. So it is customary at this point in our graduation to have a graduate chosen by the group respond on behalf of the group to the call to ministry. This year, our ministerial graduates have agreed that they will all speak. They have been given 3 minutes. This is really good practice for a minister. So they will answer their call and then return to their seats. You can see I'm always taking you in alphabetical order. So I welcome Tina Bathsheba Harambe to come up.
Three minutes. Welcome, everyone, and it's a pleasure to stand here. So answering the call to the joyous yes. I really answered that call as a child. Growing up in New Orleans, attending St. Gabriel Catholic Church, I appreciated the nuns, the priests. I appreciated my catechism classes. And during that time, I knew I loved Jesus. I wanted to serve. I wanted to be like Jesus. As I continued to take classes, our ministerial classes, I had an epiphany, because I truly want to state that I struggled at first with how does Catholicism and New Thought work together. My marriage happened in minister as speaker 2 class. I had a wedding. I married the service of Jesus and the consciousness of Jesus. And I knew then that my journey was already in alignment with the truth of yes. What I loved about Ernest Holmes was that he had courage. What I loved about Jesus was courage. What I loved about Martin Luther King was courage. And I said that my joyous yes is courage. Courage to be the light, courage to be love, courage to be bold, courage to be truthful, and courage to continue to be a plant that has been planted with deep seeds of wisdom, mysticism, and truth. And spiritual centers have given me the opportunity to have those seeds watered with love, with character, truth, and wisdom. I'm grateful for this journey. I'm grateful for Reverend Derica. I'm grateful for Reverend Eloise Oliver. I am grateful for East Bay Church, for they poured into me. And I'm grateful for every practitioner who have prayed for me. I'm thankful for my children, my granddaughter, and all of my family. And I'm grateful that I will be bold. And as Marion Wilmerson and Nelson Mandela said, it's not our deepest fear that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light. So I stand here to let you know today that I'm bold enough to let my light shine and be a shining star for you, my family, and the world. I love you.
Yeah. Wonderful. Right. And next, Richard Jarvis.
I'll tell you, it's interesting. They said 3 minutes, right? I said, oh, that's a table talk. Some of you know from Toastmasters that I do this. I answered the call to ministry, and I said yes. Why did I say yes? I'm still figuring that out, but I have a pretty good idea that I can make a difference. I have made a difference already. Some of you have been on my Prayers radio show, and Jim see me blossom in a lot of different ways that he's like, dude. And I'm very happy about that because I'm actually making a difference in the actual ministry we have. If you've seen our shows, I interview practitioners, come on in, and I interview reverends because it's fun. And they get to hear about how prayer works in this philosophy, not does it work or will it work? It does work if you let it. I'm helping grow this philosophy by using technology because I help people with technology. And I think that through this work, allowing people to be themselves and spearhead some of these newer technologies, I'm allowing people to grow in this philosophy. We've seen a lot of things in the past that come in and a lot of things in the future that can possibly be the possibilities that we're looking at. With the time track, I'm going to read some Holmes. With the time track of cause and effects, Holmes speaks of everything is unlimited since it's all one mind, which I now proclaim. I thank the universe for this. I also want to take the opportunity to thank my family, my friends, my brothers, my sisters that have come, and my teachers, and those of you that have given me good advice, and those of you who have given me advice that I don't really know if I like it, but I check it because it makes sense. And I think that's my 3 minutes, so thank you so much.
Julia, are you ready? All right. Let us welcome Julia Mattis.
Yeah, good. Sorry, I was a bit overcome. It's been quite a journey getting here. I did, thank you. Yes, I made it. On all levels. On all levels, thank you, yes. So yesterday I graduated from clown school. And today I'm graduating from ministerial school. I'm not sure. I'll keep you posted. So I have this brilliant speech that's out in the car. If you give me a minute. Our flight was late. Thank you, Dr. Nadine, for your support today. We made it on so many levels. We slid into third. What a journey this has been. I want to say hello to my mother in Maryland who's watching this. My family, thank you for all the support and the love that you've given me. All my mentors, all my teachers, my colleagues. Dr. Kathy. Nadine Rogers. Yes, Reverend Charlene, I did learn to laugh yesterday. I was actually more nervous about graduating from clown school than I was from this. But this and clown school pushed me, stretched me,
taught me in ways I never imagined would be possible. I went to see Reverend Dr. Alice Reed last week, and we were talking about how changing of life at 62, I'm just starting, where most of my colleagues are just retiring. And what a beautiful journey it has been getting to this place. And I can't wait to see what God has in store for me.
Thank you, Julia. I'm sorry, I went out of order. Let us welcome Nicole Johnson.
Yes, I was kind of laughing when she said 3 minutes. And I said, well, we've been practicing for 2 years to get it to at least 20. Seems a little unfair at this point. So we all know what it is to hear a whisper, a persistent tug on our heart. For some, it is a sudden revelation, and for others, it's a slow, steady realization that what you're doing with your life is no longer enough compared to what you are being called to do. For me, that call didn't come in flashing lights and a booming voice. It started with a quiet, undeniable conviction. It was a realization that my life, my gifts, and my experiences were being guided to a higher purpose. For me, ministry is serving humanity with love, kindness, joy, and compassion. It is being a vessel for someone else's healing, a listener when people are hurting, and a voice for the truth. A demonstration of surrender and vulnerability while standing in courage and faith. Answering the call is complete surrender. Today isn't the finish line. It's just the beginning of the adventure, answering the call of a lifetime of presence, dedication, and faith. There will be challenges, and there will be triumphs. But divine grace will guide me through every trial and every triumph. This I know. Whether my ministry looks like teaching, counseling, preaching, or simply showing love, compassion, and kindness, I know this. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. As I step forward in this purpose, I am an instrument of love and light, a beacon of joy and peace that transcends the healing of myself and everyone in this world. And I depart with this from Anonymous. For the ones willing to change things, we give thanks for the spark within us that refuses to be silenced, for the dreamers, the doers, the divine misfits who feel the pull of something more. Today, we answer that call. We give thanks. We say yes to becoming a living faith, not just believing in the possible, but embodying it. Not just trusting the light, but being it. In our words, in our prayers, in the way we rise to meet the day, we say yes to being a loving presence. Wide open, heart forward, unafraid to see things differently. We rise and we bless the rebels and the round pegs in the triangular spaces, the ones who challenge the norm because they see what no one else can quite fathom. We say yes to joyful dreaming, to painting on the invisible canvas, to dancing with the idea, too beautiful, too ordinary, to believe in visions that are not yet seen. May we never shrink from the wonder we carry in our bones. May we just be wild enough. May we just be brave enough. May we just make a difference. May we live in the call of wonder, awe, and enchantment. Namaste.
Thank you. You did it. Fantastic. So wonderful. All right. 1 minute. Yes. I'd like to welcome Dr. Guy Williams to come to the platform. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Jerry. Jerry, let's welcome Jerry Walker. I knew that.
I do, thank you. I guess I get more than 3 minutes. Okay. So good afternoon. My name is Ministerial Graduate Geraldine Jerry Walker. And I will answer the call to ministry by remembering why I became a vessel to be used by God. I felt an amazing push to move forward into ministry after becoming a spiritual practitioner and realizing that New Thought was the faith tradition I needed in my life. So I began to remember as a young child how I always thought of the body as being needed. However, the mind was truly the strongest muscle of the body. Knowing that if my mind was all that I had, because my body was no longer useful to me, my mind could send me to anywhere and everywhere I wanted to go. As I grew up and began to realize that other theologies weren't meeting the needs I felt were necessary in my life, I found the New Thought movement, and through it, I found religious science, science of mind. I have been immensely blessed to have found these principles and tools that have been given to me because I studied religious science and science of mind. And yes, I have found that I not only make better choices in my life, but I can meet people where they are in their own lives so that they too can feel that their choices are made with the best information they have at the time and the most heart-centered space choice they have at their disposal. I am excited to answer the call to ministry. I am excited to be a part of a community that makes a difference in the lives of so many by allowing them to see how amazingly powerful they are in their own right. And by using these principles and the tools that we have, the tools and principles that we have been given to help us illuminate and see ourselves, what Ernest Holmes, our founder, knew all along, that there is only love, and that is the only name that I see God as in my life. Love. Love of self, love of God, love of others, love, love, love. So when I think about my call to ministry, I think about how can I bring about an opportunity so that more people can experience this in their lives. That even more people can witness that feeling of that love when they see another. And the answer that just keeps coming back to me over and over again is this: we need to teach these principles. We need to teach these lessons. We need to provide people with the information that they need to see that it all begins within the mind. It all begins with the choices that we make. And it all begins by seeing the face of God in everyone we meet. And so it is.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. And now let's welcome Reverend Dr. Guy Williams to come give the blessing for our ministerial graduates.
Good afternoon, friends and families, my beloved brothers and sisters in our sacred order, and to you, students, colleagues, friends. I had prepared something earlier that included a quote from the memorial of Fyodor Dostoevsky, but listening to the celebrations of today, I find that irrelevant. But I offer you this in your imagination. If you were to look directly above us now, but of course it is hidden by the beams of the sun, you would see the great planet Venus, bestower of beauty, of goodness, and delight, as she joins Jupiter, the bestower of expansion and travels and good stories, and yes, opulence. And they are perfecting together in the temple of family, home, healing. It is a most auspicious day. And if you look into the west at sunset, you will see them there. But now they are above us. It is said that a blessing is more than a benediction. It is more than just a good word. It is a bestower and a gift in which the blesser extends their wisdom, their knowledge, and their gifts. Not to be taken lightly. It is irrevocable and cannot be traded. And if there is any aspect of you that cannot hold this blessing, you may find yourself in the pre-dawn hours on a riverbank wrestling with an angel. And I will offer this, hang on. You may limp at the end of that ordeal, but hang on. And so, my brothers and sisters in ministry, if you would assist me by extending your hands and gently breathing to them a blessing. May the Spirit of the one be your continual and abundant source of all that is good, true, and beautiful. May you lead with wisdom, patience, and vision. May you find love and support on this journey, remembering you are never alone. May you be amazed daily, knowing the beginning of wisdom, of all philosophy, begins in amazements. And may goodness, truth, and beauty follow you, and the Divine One lure you into your most authentic and greatest self. So mote it be.
Thank you so much. So we are coming to the end. Wait a minute, I want to do this part first. Hold on. This is the time we've all been waiting for. Practitioner graduates, will you please stand and stay standing? By the power of God and the authority of Centers for Spiritual Living invested in me, I do hereby declare the completion of your practitioner training and the achievement of your new spiritual title of Practitioner of Truth. And ministerial graduates, will you please stand and stay standing? By the power of God and the authority of Centers for Spiritual Living vested in me, I do hereby declare the completion of your training. I confer upon you the certificate in ministerial education, and I recognize each of you as master and minister of truth. And all candidates standing, you may move your tassels. Congratulations to all of you and all of us. And you may be seated, all of you, and let us welcome Gino back for another musical song. All right, Gino.
Yeah, come on.
It's a celebration. Yeah. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration that lasts throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. Say what? Come on, y'all. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone round the room, come on! Yahoo! It's a celebration. Yahoo! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the year. So bring your good thoughts and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Oh, y'all sound good. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Say what? Woo! We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone, come on, around the room. Come on. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. Time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the room, come on. Yeah, yeah. Woo-hoo. It's a celebration. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on.
All right. Thanks, Gino. So we're nearing the end of our celebration, and I want to invite you to the reception that is taking place immediately in the garden. If you are a practitioner, student, or a licensed practitioner, and you've heard a call in your heart today to explore the path of learning and service as a minister, please contact me. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge the hearts and hands of those who created today's graduation. Our graduation and volunteer coordinator, Susan Murphy. We acknowledge Susan. She's probably in the kitchen. Our facilities men of power, Edwin Robinson and Sean Sarton. Our men of sound, camera, and live streaming, Ed Reeves, Steve Griffin, and it's a good thing we're done. Ed Reeves, Tim Griffin, and Steve Grant. And thanks to Lizzie for graphics. Our Seaside band, Bob Mathis. Where am I? Band leader, Dan Bailey on the piano, Paul Cambaro on drums, and Harley Magsino on bass. Let's hear it for our soloist, Gino Walker. I want to acknowledge the people at the check-in table, Linda Amerson and Carolyn Holder. Our ushers and greeters, Sonny Goodwin, Susan Lankin, and Mike Florio. Our minister's robing room, Kathy Phelan and Maggie Rentala. Thank you so much. And our practitioners' robing room, Reverend Rebecca Berry and Susan Murphy. The beautiful flowers you're about to see at the reception were done by Deborah Rollins, and she also made homemade graduation cookies. I can't wait to have one. And our kitchen helpers, Ron Murphy, Aaron Nimiroff, Dana and Deborah Ross, Linda Burse, Christine Gilliton, Brad Kirkman, and Maria. Let's acknowledge all of them. And so, thank you so much for being here. And in just a few moments, we'll have our reception. Please wait for all the robes and all the folks in robes to walk out the room before you move. Our order is going to be our ministers from the floor will go out first, then our ministerial graduates, our practitioner graduates, ministers from the platform, and all the rest of you wonderful beings. And your graduates will see you in the garden. And giving our benediction today is Dr. Christian.
So it's with a sense of celebration and life and light and love that we leave here today just on a higher note, feeling that new vibration of being with a sense of excitement that the greater good that's taking place here is impacting humanity and the collective consciousness. For we have stood witness to an amazing yes today, and knowing that that yes reverberates through the very hearts and souls of humanity, we go forth just trusting what took place is God in action. As we go our individual paths, somehow we are still united within this heart, this love, and the sense of well-being, raising the planet together. And so it is. Amen.